So now we're going to apply some compression to another project. So it's a different live band. It's had a little bit of EQ just placed across it, but just roughly. So just going to go through now and apply compression to each of the sounds. So again, because it's a band, there are certain things that we need to bear in mind. So the drums are going to have a bit of spill. So we want to try and compress sounds as potentially as a group, or at least within context with other sounds. So to start with, all I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the guitars and the vocals and the strings. Just leave the drums and the bass. They also don't start at the very beginning, so I'm just going to skip ahead. So just going to start with my compressor first on the kick. So for each sound, I'm just trying to get a judge of where it is, listen to it, and then work out what it is that I want to do. So for things like the drums, we want it to be hard knee, and we're going to be looking to play with the attack a little bit so that we can bring out some of the punch in the sound. So then I'm just going to move over to snare. So again, we can either press the little gain reduction button at the top, or we can load it into the next available insert point. So you might have also noticed that at the moment I'm only using the first compressor. So these are different emulations of classic compressors and circuits for how they're working. At the moment, the Platinum Digital is a transparent compressor that is Logic's compressor, and it doesn't add any coloration to the sound. So this is the best one really to get your head around the compression. As you start to skip through the others, some parameters may change. So the snare. So just to show you, you can copy a setting from one compressor, paste it into another one. And at the moment, all I'm really trying to do is just apply the compression to the sounds that I want it to be applied to, so that then I have all of my processing in the project, and then I can go back and tweak it, rather than spending hours and hours just working on one sound and then adding the next sound and then it not being right. So I'm trying to get it to a point where I can work with it. Now obviously with the toms, they don't play all of the time, so we can see where they are. So it might make sense just to play with that little bit and just to hear what's going on. So it's coming up now. What we're also hearing here is there is a lot of spill from the cymbals, especially coming over the toms here. So this is part where you might actually start to want to edit some of the stems, especially the toms, to cut out where the toms are not being played. So for example, we can see where this is here. So I know my toms are being played there and there. So I could very quickly cut all of this out, but I will cover that at a later stage. So let's go for the bass. So that was the DI. Now we can go for the mic. So now we can put some of the other instruments in, just so that we can hear a little bit more than the drums and the bass. So we go to some guitars. I'm not actually going to compress the guitars just for the purposes of this, but I am going to do some of the vocals.
Phone climbs out the ashtray while I try to decide, was it worth it? After all this time, so don't tell me that you're happy now.
So uncompressed, compressed.
You got no one to call your own. So don't tell me that you're happy now. 'Cause you ain't what I wanna hear.
Not perfect, but it's just the starting point so that we can carry on working.